Hey TVs, it's Psychic Bob. Well, it is so rocking to be with you. You guys are so awesome. I want to say thank you. Thanks for all of you who came out to my video yesterday. We had a wonderful walk in the park and I got to just share time with you guys. It's always special. Here it is Friday now. It's time for UFO Friday. And I know I'm getting this out late, but as I've told you guys, January has been a slam month for me. A lot of work, a lot of readings. And today is my birthday. And I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who've been sending me such kind greetings. I've been getting so many letters and thanks and happy birthday shout-outs. I haven't been able to write back to everybody. But I want to let you know I am getting your greetings. I want to say thank you. You guys are so kind. Thank you for that. Well, you know, even though it's my birthday, I've been doing work today because, you know, Lady Angela said, well, Bob, do you want to do readings on your birthday? And I said, I can't think of a better way to spend my day than being of service to the people that I love and the people who love me. So yes, I have been doing readings today, and I want to say thank you to all of you who've been coming out for private sessions. If you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, we have openings now starting next week, and you can call my office at 571-483-2112 and get on the schedule, or write to me at readings@robert-hickman.com. All of this info will be in the info box below this video. Go down there and get my number, get my email. Look at my website too. Well, you know, guys, part of what I've also been doing today, in between readings, is I've been meditating on art. You know, I love art. Many years ago, I used to paint. It's been a long time since I painted. But I feel like when I'm opening to art, I'm channeling, and it's such a mystical experience. So I wanted to show you some paintings I've been working on today. Now, these are just test studies. They're actually kind of tests that I'm running, and eventually I'm going to do large canvases. So these are small ones just for now, but we're going to have large, like 3 feet by 5 feet canvases eventually. But I've just done 2 paintings. I've got a whole series. In fact, let me show you. Oops, where did I put it? Here it is. I've been working in my sketchbook here and doing various paintings or sketches for paintings. And the way I like to work is I'll do a sketch of an image, and then I will experiment with the paint. Like, for example, this is a sketch that I did. Oops, I can't see anything. It's a lot of glare here. Hold on. And I call this Blue Reality Number 1. Well, you know, it's interesting because sometimes when you see stuff and you sketch it, when you actually go to execute it on canvas, it takes a slightly different form. So it's a learning process, you know, learning how the medium works, how the color works, how the light works. So anyways, I wanted to show you, I did some paintings, and don't laugh, these are still a little rough. I'm working on my technique. As I said, it's been many years since I painted. But this is Blue Reality Number 1. And it's kind of hard to see with this color. But the background is kind of a pale sky blue with a field of aqua and a field of green. And in person, it looks just a little different. This light changes the tinting a little bit. But I'm very inspired by Mark Rothko, and he's been a great inspiration. I live, as you know, in Washington, D.C., and I've had the good fortune, been lucky enough to actually see Rothkos up close. And when you see a real Mark Rothko, I mean, initially you say, oh, well, that's easy, anybody could do that. Well, actually, I'll tell you, when you actually start to execute a painting in the style of Rothko, it's a lot more complex. So I'm still learning about his technique and his color schemes, and I'm actually making my own paintings. I'm not copying his. I am copying, I suppose, his style to a degree. But the colors are uniquely my experimentation. There's no works in his studies that are copies of mine or mine or his. So they are original to me. So this one is called Blue Reality Number 1. What do you think? You like it? All right. And then I'm working on another series. It's going to be called the Gold Mist series. And this is my painting. I'm still working with it, but it's got a metallic gold in it, but it's called Gold Mist Number 1. It's done on an ivory sort of background. It's hard to tell here with this lighting, but it's an ivory background with a gold mist. How do you guys like that? I feel it's kind of mystical. It's like a portal to the spirit world. Anyways, just some of my paintings for you guys, and I want to come here and share that with you. Well, anyways, here we are. It's UFO Friday, lest we forget why we're here. But I hate to tell you guys, I've discovered something very, very interesting recently. According to what I found, I'm going to put a link. Go to the box below, the info box. It's got a link to this article. But the Daily Mail out of London did a release recently that there's a new book coming out in February 1st. And it's about alien apparitions in Italy. It's written by a guy, his name is Dr. Roberto Pinotti. And this is very interesting. Let me tell you why I'm giving this book a lot of credence. By the way, the strange thing is, in the article, they didn't give the name of the book. So I don't know what the name of the book is, but it's by Dr. Roberto Pinotti. And it's going to be out on February 1st. And it's, there's a little town on the coast of Italy called Francavilla. And according to Dr. Roberto Pinotti, Francavilla was visited by aliens in 1956 and 1957. Not just visited by flyovers, though that happened, but literally the aliens came into the town, met people, took them aboard their craft, mass setting, hundreds of people saw and interacted with aliens. Now what's interesting is a lot of this got hushed up. People didn't believe it. And you know, it's interesting because in the 50s, you know, a lot of people thought, you know, well, that can't be real. A lot of people were in denial. But many people had an encounter. And what's interesting, Dr. Roberto Pinotti, why he got interested in this is his background. Let me give you some of his background. He was the former officer of NATO's Italian Army Missile Brigade. So he was a high-ranking NATO officer. And I believe that in his work as a NATO officer, he did encounter many UFO phenomena. These days, he heads up the kind of the, I forget the name, I didn't write it down here, but it's in Italy. It's like the Mutual UFO Network Association. Here in the U.S., we call it MUFON, Mutual UFO Network. Well, they have an Italian version of that. He's now the head of that. And so he wrote this book. He's been studying the phenomena for many, many years, over 20 years. And according to this book, he now has evidence. Two men came forward, and they were able not only to detail what happened in Francavilla, Italy, but they even brought photographs. Photographs of the inside of the ship, full detailed descriptions and photos of the aliens. And what's interesting is the aliens were human. Now, remember, I've told you guys in the past, the aliens in the 1950s, most of them came from the Pleiades or from Mars or Venus. For some reason, this article didn't say where the aliens were from, but they did say that they have evidence of them. And I did look at the pictures. They're very interesting because there's a picture of a woman wearing glasses. And according to, from what I found out, they said that these aliens literally would walk through town, and people didn't realize they're aliens because they were human looking. And so the interesting thing is they got the pictures, and you can see the inside of the controls. The panels look very futuristic. And they even gave the dimensions of the ship, which other people have corroborated. And it was a saucer craft, which was 24 meters in diameter. So that's like, what, about, 24 yards? Meter is approximately a yard in diameter. And they said that the control room in the craft measured 10 meters across. It was quite a large ship. And these ships would hover along the coast of Italy, and some would come literally into the fields and land. And the people came out and mixed with people. This case historically was called the friendship case because the aliens, unlike many of the other experiences, actually wanted to become friends with all the local townspeople. They did not hide themselves or only appear to one or two people. They actually went openly into the town and revealed themselves. So this is very interesting. I'm going to be definitely watching for this book. It'll be on just the next week here. So even though I don't have the book title, for some reason they went through all this and they didn't put the book title. They just said, a book by Dr. Roberto Panetti. It may actually be called The Friendship Case. That might be the name of it, because they made that reference a few times in quotes, but it wasn't ever listed as the title. So, but we'll have to watch for that. I'm going to put a link below, as I said, to this article in the Daily Mail, and you can see it. I think it's very fascinating. So, you know, we'll have to see what this is about. But, you know, I have to say, I find this very interesting that this is all coming out now. Now, as I have said before, the aliens have been around us for hundreds and thousands of years. They're not, it's nothing new. But activity and interaction with aliens did increase right after World War II. And as I've said before, that is because the aliens are very concerned about atomic weapons on the Earth. They believe that we are not advanced enough to handle them, which is probably true. And they feel that we could create massive destruction throughout the whole, you know, solar system and cosmos. So they are monitoring. And I believe that these aliens who came, I believe they are Pleiadians, or they may have been a mix, a breed of Pleiadian with some gray. Because when I look at the woman, and you'll see the picture and you go to the link below, her eyes, the glasses she's wearing are slightly slanted. It's almost as if she chose them to cover her eyes. I have seen pictures of hybrid aliens that are Pleiadian and gray mix, and they do have a little larger kind of oval-shaped eyes. And it's interesting, I can't prove it because she's wearing glasses, but it kind of looks to me like this may be a case. But anyways, from what I understand, the majority of the aliens would literally walk around openly, and people did not know they were aliens. But they came to eventually prove to the people of this town of Francavilla that they were aliens. And according to this book, they actually went to a few other cities along the coast there in Italy, and a lot of other villages saw them. But this Francavilla is where the large percentage of the interaction, the activity took place. So anyways, so you might want to look up Dr. Roberto Panetti. I'll put his name also below for you. But it's very fascinating. As I said, I think it's interesting it's coming out now because, as I have said, we're very close to disclosure. And interestingly, you know, more and more keeps coming out about Mars and civilizations. I just saw yesterday an article that said, oh, it looks like there were oceans that may have contained life on Mars. Now, we all know there were oceans and seas and life abundantly on that planet. Of course there was. I'm speaking as a psychic, but I'll tell you, I've seen it, and what's interesting is many people have had encounters, have already confirmed it as well. So, you know, it's all coming out. They're really preparing the public now. They're preparing the public to get used to this reality. In fact, I have to share with you something. Lady Angela sent me a text the other day, and let me see if I can find it. There's a new term that they're using for UFOs. It's the newest thing. Hold on, let me find it here. Oh, this is really strange. Hold on a second, let me find it. Don't tell me the text was deleted. I didn't delete that text, I wanted to save it. Here it is. It's called UAP, Unidentified Aerial Phenomena. Now, some of you say, well, why do they just stick with UFO? Why are they now coming out with UAP? Well, UAP sounds a little more sophisticated. Instead of saying UFO, because you know a lot of people use that, and that's kind of become a slang term almost. UAP, Unidentified Aerial Phenomena. The reason why this name has been given is it sounds more sophisticated. And it's the government's way of preparing people for disclosure. You'll say, well, why do they have to change the name? Well, UFO is so much in pop culture, everybody believes it's science fiction. And if the government comes out and says there are UFOs over this part of the country, you know, people are going to dismiss it because UFO is considered almost a joke in some circles. But now that people are hearing UAP, they're sitting up saying, what's a UAP? It's getting attention, and now it will be, you know, it'll be accepted. So I want you guys to watch that term, UAP. Have you guys heard of that? Tell me in the box below, do you know about that I was unfamiliar with that. I've always used UFO, but now the new term is UAP, Unidentified Aerial Phenomena. Very interesting. Lady Inch, I want to give you a shout out. Thank you for sharing that term with me. I did not know that. So there we go, guys. Well, anyways, I just want to take a minute, come here. It's my birthday, so I'm not working a lot today. I've been working, but now I'm going to take a little break, okay? And I'm going to go back to working on paintings tonight. So I thank you guys for being here. I love you. Listen, tell me in the box below, do you know of the term UAP? Have you heard of it? Also, have you heard about the visitations in Italy? Oops, there goes my light. Well, we're trying to get in as much as we can. Let me know in the box below. You guys are best. I love you. Keep it here at Spirit Channel. Tomorrow, we got Saturday night seance. Make sure to be here. You guys are best. I love you. Sending blessings to you. We'll see you here tomorrow. Until then, may you always blessed be.